coming back, and some areas are not as foggy as what we were looking at previously in Watkins Glen. A little bit of haze out in the lake, but otherwise it's pretty good out there. Visibility, though, is down in parts of Wellsboro, and it's down in parts of southern Steuben County. It's down to 7 miles in Elmira, so not perfect, but still just a little bit of a decrease in what we're normally used to. 6 miles of visibility over in Binghamton this morning. Temperatures are a bit cooler than they normally are. 54 Corning, 61 in Watkins Glen. So you think a couple of those warmer areas, especially on the lakes, they're going to have some better visibility as compared to, say, in Corning and Wellsboro. A little bit cooler, allowing for that air to settle, and it's going to stick down, and at least some of that air is going to stick closer to the surface for now at least. But not too long from now, once the sun rises, there's going to be no real clouds that are going to be inhibiting any sunshine, so that fog will lift very quickly. And then we'll see those temperatures also rise very quickly, getting up into the 80s before we even get to lunchtime. Close to 90 is where we could end up today in a couple of spots. 90 Elmira, Montour Falls, 89 Owego, 86 Towanda, 87 over towards Elkland. And if you're in Steuben County, you might hit 90 as well. A couple of 89s registering on the map, but think if you're a little bit closer to the Finger Lakes, if you're in, say, Hammondsport, or if you're closer towards Avoca, Prattsburg, you might actually hit 90 here today. Again, a little bit further north is where we're seeing the better chances of a 90-degree hit. So now, we mentioned earlier in the break, of course, there are wildfires burning out west, and some of that smoke has lifted and has flowed over to our area, or has flowed to the east, and we're still having a fairly low concentration of that smoke in the area, and it'll stay low. So this more like a nuisance than anything, but it is still in the air. We want to make sure that you are aware of that as we move forward. Now, it feels like temperatures are going to continue to stay warm, potentially getting up close to 90 today. Not much deviation from the air temperature for both today and tomorrow. We're still up close to 90. It's when we get into Tuesday that we look and we see, okay, there's some change. Tuesday, we're still expecting to get close to 90, but the feels like temperatures could reach as high as 94 in a handful of locations in Chemung, Tompkins, and Tioga County, New York. The humidity, that's the main thing here. It's going to be the main factor in really making it feel hotter. So still sitting in a fairly comfortable, manageable range. Starts to get humid as we go into tomorrow. Then Tuesday really starts to spike up there. And then we go all the way towards the end of the week. It's just going to get more and more humid. We could even approach dew points close to the low 70s, and that is very tough to deal with. In terms of future track, though, not tough at all. Barely any clouds here on at all. It takes until we get to about 11 o'clock to get some clouds in the region. But we zoom out and we see here's that system of rain really pushing onto the area. And there's a couple of light showers there on Tuesday, but then heavier stuff coming our way on Wednesday. And that's when we're going to have to see, or at least look further on to some rainfall accumulations, because that could be the big day in which we see most of that rain next week. 90 today, sunny, no rain in sight today, but that heat, it's here and it's on. 60 is the low tonight. We're staying on a more clear sky pattern once again. And another mild night is ahead of us. More mild nights ahead, plenty of lows in the 60s, highs 80s and 90s consistently throughout the week. But thunderstorms start Tuesday, and they could continue off and on all the way up until Saturday. So plenty of rain is on the way.